Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others, or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Machedo is the best.
Hi there, Machedo. Speaking to you from Machedo.com. Who's Machedo? Think Personal Branding. Okay, I got this really thought-provoking question from a customer. He's a confirmed customer of mine. I had the introductory session with him whereby I got to know this guy, because if there's any customer who wants my service, I don't say, oh wow, you're a customer, okay, here's my service. No, I like to get to know who is the customer, what are their requirements, can I actually give them something of value? If not, I don't take the customer. If I don't like the customer, I don't take the customer. If I feel our values don't match, if I feel we can't get along, I don't accept the customer, no matter how much the money is. If I can work with you, if I feel there is a synchronicity, if I feel that we are in sync, you're coachable, fine. Okay, and if I can offer you value. So this particular client, potential client, he was not my client then, he asked me a very powerful question. The question that he asked me is, Loy, how can I trust you? Okay, very fair question. And he gave me a story, which I totally understand. He said, Loy, I've had people who I paid money before, they've taken my money, and then they delivered either crappy service or they didn't deliver the service, or sometimes they delivered but substandard. How do I know that you will give me? How can I trust you? Basically, that is what he said. So when he said that, immediately I said, fine, I'll answer it. So he said, yeah, go ahead, tell me, convince me, Lord. I said, first things first, I am not going to convince you to trust me. I'm not going to do that. And I'll tell you why. I said, let's assume that I convince you to trust me. Okay, I convince you to trust me, and you say, okay, fine, Lord. How do you know I'm telling you the truth? That's number one. How do you know I'm telling you the truth? Second one, how do you know that my intention is to give you the best? Maybe instead of 100%, I'll give you 80%. How do you know that I'm giving you 80%? Like, let's say someone is tattooing on your skin. They are putting a tattoo. How do you know that he's doing the best job? How do you know that he's not doing it because he's bored? How do you know that he just wants to finish it fast and get over with it and get your money? How do you know that? How do you evaluate? How do you evaluate if I have given you 100% or 80% or 60% or 40%? How do you know? In fact, how do you know what I know? How do you know what I don't know? And then on top of that, I asked him the second question. Let's assume that I give you 100%, great service, everything fine. How do you know that you'll actually succeed? What guarantee is that you will succeed? Maybe you'll not succeed. Even after this service, maybe you'll not succeed. And he said, what do you mean by that? For example, let's say you came to me, this actually happened. You came to me to get a resume rebrand done for cabin crew. Okay, cabin crew, Emirates Airlines. Okay, you're trying the airlines. And we did a perfect CV. I trained you for the interview. You are absolutely ready. And then COVID hits, recession hits, COVID hits, the economies are closed down, there are no more flights, traveling is banned, everything shut down. Even though I give you a perfect service, even though you're absolutely ready, even though we have a perfect resume, everything is perfect, now there are no more opportunities. Then what the fuck do you do? So how do you know? I asked him, you said, how can I trust you? I said, how do you know that this might not happen? How do you know that industry might no longer exist? Those jobs may no longer exist. Maybe the demand for your skill may no longer be there. And that really got that guy thinking. So then he said, Lloyd, then what's the solution? I said, very simple. Very, very simple. You need to take personal responsibility. Whether it's success or failure, you have to take responsibility. Now, what do I mean by that? You see, my wife is Thai. Okay? For those who follow me on Facebook will know that before I got married to her, just before I got married to her, there was another girl I was supposed to get married. And this girl actually tattooed my name. She tattooed my name, Loy Machedo, here on the neckline. You can see it here. Okay, here. She tattooed my name. Now, she and I, we were in touch with each other for 6 months. She had a daughter. She even had a video session with me. I had spoke to her parents. She came down here. She bought her money. She bought a bank book. She bought her clothes. She bought her legal documents. Every single thing she bought it and came down here. And she informed her family she's staying with me. She even put it on Facebook. Now, for a girl who does this, just imagine you're in my place. The girl introduces you to her family. You talk to the family, they say okay for marriage, everything. She brings her clothes, her stuff, her life, her legal documents, everything. And to prove it to you that she loves you, she even tattoos your name. Now you tell me, can this person be a fraud? After doing all this, introducing you to the family, the friends, getting their name tattooed, publicly saying I'm going to marry him, can this person be a fraud? Of course not. I mean, what more evidence do you need? 4 hours of you watching that person getting tattooed. Okay. So after all this took place, decided we'll get married. We fixed a date, everything. One day, she told me that she was crying. She was crying a lot because she was telling me that her daughter, I told you she had a daughter. Her daughter is with her now ex-husband, that time ex-husband. And, he wants the money that she borrowed from him, and she wants to close down her business and all that and pay him the money and get her daughter. I said, fine. Because I saw her daughter on the camera and she was crying and she was talking to her and she was also crying. I said, fine, no problem. I gave her the sum of money. She took the 100,000 baht, which is not very much, but still money. She took the money and she went. After she went, there's no news from her. No phone calls, nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? So I'm trying to call her, trying to get in touch. Switched off. Okay, finally, I employed the services of a detective. I asked some of the friends, because obviously she had introduced me to a couple of them. They said, we'll check what happened, because they all were worried. And guess what? They found out that she has gone back to her ex-husband. She divorced him and she has gone back to him now. And she has decided to stay with him. He repented, whatever, they made up. Okay, fine, they kissed and made up. So I said, now here I'm stuck with her clothes, her legal document. And I said, fine, okay, can you give the money back? And her response was, oh, the money is spent. I said, what do you mean the money is spent? No, I give it to my husband to pay off some of the loans. And now the money is no longer there. Now, this person is not evil, huh? Mind you, she is not evil, she is not a bad person. Huh? But the same question, how do you know if the person tomorrow, whatever, changes their mind over? She was genuinely in love with me. When she did the tattoo, she was genuinely in love with me. But when she went back to that guy, she was genuinely in love with him again. So how do you manage people's emotions? How do you manage? Today, her husband is in jail. Her relationship is broken. And now she is trying with another guy. That other guy, I don't know if you saw my previous videos, he tried to sue me for $1 million, apparently because she told him the story that I drugged her and forced the name on her, this thing, because he asked, who the fuck is Machedo? So imagine having sex and seeing my name there, it's something comedy. So she said I drugged her, I gave her drugs. When I have the evidence of her getting tattooed, and she was smiling, talking to me and all that. So he tried to sue me for $1 million, but then he changed his mind because then she cheated him again and she took the money. So anyway, that's another story. So what I'm trying to tell you here through this video is, when you ask someone, how can I trust you? I'm going to pay you money. The question is, how can we trust anyone? And biggest question of all, how can you trust anyone with feelings, emotions, with a brain that is unpredictable? In fact, can you trust yourself that you will not make a mistake, that you will not fail, that you will not change your mind, that you will not... who can we trust? We can't even trust ourselves. Suppose we get too drunk, we get too angry, we get too emotional, we make mistakes. So the point I'm trying to make through this video is, anybody, you or anyone, you should not transfer the burden of responsibility of trust on someone else for a decision that you make. If you take a decision, take personal responsibility. So that doesn't mean blindly trust. No. I always tell people trust, but be smart. Trust, but verify. Today I'm married to my Thai wife. I've given her all my bank accounts, cards, debit cards, credit cards, everything. Now, obviously, you say, Loy, she can still cheat you. Yes, she can 100%. But I've kept key, like they say, once bitten, twice shy. I played intelligently. And she knows for a fact, if she takes the money, it's only so much. But what about after the money gets spent? She knows that. I've told her, you can cheat me and run away. But then you have the rest of your life. You can never earn the money. I can earn the money. You'll end up spending, and so she knows better than taking the shortcut and just running away. Make the relationship work. It's like the goose that lays golden eggs, 1 egg per day for the rest of your life, rather than kill and then hope that you get all the eggs. It doesn't work out that way. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts. Am I right? Am I wrong? I love to hear from you. I like to keep it real, guys. I just like to keep it real. So let me know what you think about this. Love to read your comments and thoughts down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care. With you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You agree, disagree? What do you think about it? Okay. Having said that, this is me signing off. Any questions, let me know. I read your comments. You guys take care. Ciao.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You can get a job in the Middle East simply by trying or by magic, through others or by fluke. Remember that competition is everywhere. Some here, some there, but bam! Machedo is the best.